Hello and welcome to episode 4 of The Guy Who Says Stuff. You join me, the WildWestGamer, here in the rant arena for episode 4, something that dicks me off big time, and it is one of those things that seems to be so fundamentally ingrained into the public conscience that you seem to be unable, if you dare speak out against it, people recoil in horror and in fear, like you've somehow, taken a shit on a puppy. Seriously, it pisses me off. And the thing that I'm ranting about today is the customer is not always right. Oh yeah, I said it. If you're one of those snobby, arrogant, up your own ass customers who thinks that you can walk into a shop and treat people like shit, you are a fucking dick. Seriously, the customer is not always right. In fact, the majority of the time, you're wrong, motherfucker. That's right, I said it. You find me and you come tell me I'm wrong. But seriously, if you are, and I'm going to put a disclaimer now, if you are a lovely, kind, compassionate, decent, fair, funny, lovely human being who simply wants to come into a store, be pleasant, be happy, be lovely, talk to me, ask me a question how my day is, I will reply, say please, say thank you, I'll return the favour. We are going to have such a good time together, you're never going to leave. Seriously. We're going to be the best of friends. Seriously. But if you come in and you are like a dick and you try to make a situation uncomfortable, I will fucking slap you down with my words, because I'm against physical violence, because I'm not very strong. But the point is, seriously, it pisses me off. And the thing is, you're being very rude. And your customer was always right. No, you're wrong. Fuck off. It's not right. It's not right that we've got this rule that lets people think they can just act like little Hitlers when they walk into shops. They sort of walk around going, where are your papers? They're round the corner on the left. Go and get one for me. Alright, first of all, getting a paper is very fucking ambivalent. You could be like considering anything. I mean, we actually sell paper, so I could go and get you literally a sheet of paper. Would that be wrong? Which paper would you like? Unfortunately we don't sell the arrogant fascist Times in here, but I'm sure if we did, you'd be one of their readers. It was like, oh, I want the so-and-so or whatever it is. And I'm like, certainly, sir. I make sure, though, that I can get around the corner before I wipe my fucking arse on it. It's like, you can't be a dick, dude. Seriously. Whenever I get a dickish customer, I always feel like saying to them, excuse me, where do you work? Just so I can, after my shift finishes, I can come to you and, return the favour. Because clearly, this I assume is how it works. You treat me like a piece of shit, and then I come to your work and treat you like a piece of shit, and then we all have a big laugh about it afterwards. But no, the thing is I don't. But what annoys me is that it's professionalism that stops me going, no! It's, just like going like that, as they walk out. You can't do that. Professionalism binds me and says, no, you must, take it and smile and say thank you very much. It pisses me off, though. There should be a rule that says we will be lovely to you and that you are always our main priority if you are respectful, yeah? If you are nice and if you are polite. I once was in a shop and I saw this poor young girl who was clearly just trying to work her way through college, who was just trying to university, who was just clearly just trying to, make ends meet so that she could, afford to buy her study stuff, yeah? She was in this shop, and this guy was trying to, get some cigarettes. And she's like, she clearly didn't know which ones. She wasn't a smoker. Why would she know which ones they were? This guy was giving us so much shit for the fact she couldn't find some cigarettes. He's swearing, kicking off, really, basically calling her names, making her feel like she was a piece of crap. At the end of it, bless her, she turned around with the cigarettes, scanned them, placed them on the counter. The man huffed and puffed, threw the money on the counter. She counted it delicately, put it in the till, and said, "Thank you very much." To which he replied, well, he didn't even reply, he grunted like some sort of deranged beast and stormed out the shop. I thought, you, madam, you are going places in life. Only the sad thing is she's probably not. In fact, she's probably being trampled on now. She's probably some hooker dead in a ditch now because she's had the goodness stripped from her body by, that horrific encounter, one of the worst specimens of humanity that walks this earth. Seriously, Good people in this world cannot succeed. It seems physically, if you are a law-abiding, tax-paying, decent human being in this world, you don't seem to get anywhere. If you are a complete twat, though, and a complete dick to people, you seem to get rocketed to the top. It was the same at school. It's the same in the womb. It's the same, it's the same in the workplace. It's the same everywhere. If you are a horrific human bastard, instead of a decent human being, you seem to get showered with praise. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that just from this perspective seems to be the case, because people do not stand up to twats anymore. We don't. We let snotty, shirty teenagers tell us what to do. I had a kid almost run over my wife's foot as she stepped out of the shop with a bike. And I fucking chased this kid down, grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, and was like, you do realise you almost just ran over my wife's foot? You could have broken her foot. To which I got told to fuck off and let go, otherwise I'll call the police. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the fucking wrong, am I? Because you almost ran over someone. It's my fault that you're such a little twat. I'll tell you what, why don't you stick your teeth on that curb over there, and we'll see how many you can count after I've kicked them all out. It pisses me off. Why did we become so complacent as a society? Why do we no longer say to people, you are being horrific and terrible, and you need to stop it, or I'm going to take your testicles and remove them, and so you can never breed again. Seriously, there needs to be a punishment for this. It's unacceptable. And it doesn't help, like I say, that we have this rule. The customer is always right. They are not. Because that somehow has spiraled out into the rest of the real world, where people think that whatever they do is right and whatever anyone else does is wrong. And it's not right. It's simply not right. People break the law. People go against what's decent. People go against what's right. And they think it's fine. They think as long as they don't get caught, or as long as no one stops them, it's fine. It's not. It's wrong. You have no right to do... It's what annoys me so much. It's not even a fucking hard concept to grasp. Good and bad. Good and bad. See, it's really not a hard concept. There are things that are good, things like, paying your taxes, going to work, being nice, being polite, being respectful, just being pleasant, there's stuff like that. No one says you can't get angry, but what you can't do is break into people's property, steal people's property, murder, rape, pillage, most of the stuff that Vikings are into, shit like that. You can't do it, but people seem to think nowadays that's fine. I'm not saying, that shit's so blatantly obvious, but it's like little things, you see people now just steal from Pick and Mix. Now that is one of the things that pisses me off the most, because first of all, do not stick your hand in the Pick and Mix. It's skanky. It's like me coming and waving my dick on your forehead. Seriously, I don't know where your hands have been. I don't know what you've been doing with them. And now you've stuck them into this area, which is primarily used by children. Lovely. Really, really nice. Great. Also, you didn't pay for that, which means that the person who spent however much time making that one little insignificant sweet, in your opinion, spent doing that, has now done it for no reason at all. It was a completely thankless, pointless thing. And the store makes a loss. Now people go, one piece, is that it? Yeah, but as a society, if we tolerate that one piece, it grows and grows because people keep picking and picking and picking. And it becomes an epidemic. And also, and soon people are just taking whole things at a time. That's how it happens. It just spirals. People go, well, that's so dramatic. And you go, really? Look at the fucking world. Look how screwed up it is. People go, well, the world's not that bad. Let's face it, we live in a pretty decent country. The Western democratic world's pretty good. Is it? Really? We're pretty fucking morally bankrupt, aren't we? Seriously. And this is so ridiculous. You look and go, the customer is always right. They're not. And this is how it spirals up to. If you make your own rules, then, it's just ridiculous. People need to tell other people when they're being jerks, and vice versa. And that way, if there's sort of this collective sort of moral blanket, I guess, where people all know how even the playing field is, then we all play by the same rules, and the world's a better place. But if some people can do things and some people don't, and if a small minority, play the game straight down the middle, being the best they can be, they're going to get taken advantage of. And it's so wrong. It makes me so cross. Me and my friend Sean, Mr. Sean, if you're watching, Mr. Sean, as my daughter says. Sean, she says. I don't know why, she just does. I think she may be an old man trapped in a little girl's body. Perhaps. No, fucking hell, take that back. But yeah, she's a gnome. I think she's a gnome. Seriously, a gnome. Sean! It sounds like something a gnome would say. Yeah, anyway, off on that weird tangent into my mind. Me and my friend Mr. Sean were talking, and we were saying that you cannot, people try to be good in this world. People really try. But the sad thing is that you just can't be anymore. Society has somehow managed to, tries to beat it out of you. We know it's fortunate that my circle of friends are all very decent, nice people. And I genuinely credit them with being the reason why I'm mildly saying this sat at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon wearing a dressing gown. Yeah, I mean, they are really the reason why I stay so mildly sane. That's really good, but you don't have to look very far to find people who aren't like that. And because they don't have anyone to keep them decent and normal and law-abiding or, just nice, flat out nice, they become complete and total tools. Complete douchebags. And it's wrong. It's wrong because then when you have children, you raise them up with the same lack of morals and they grow up with the same lack of morals. And I'm not going to get into a big political thing about this because that's not one of my things. But the big thing is that if we carry on just letting people do what they want, letting people gallivant around, just being complete fuckfaces, the world is just going to end up being such a complete shit tip. It's going to be unbelievable. Seriously. I'm one of these idealistic people who looks like sort of, for this sort of utopian Star Trek universe. Call me a geek or a nerd. You knew what you were getting into when you started watching this video, so back out now. The point is, though, I look towards that future. I want the world for my children and grandchildren where there's, sort of clean renewable energy and, there's, fair play for everyone and, a free press and a beautifully, perfect democratic system with no corruption and, and there's there's no lawlessness. There's no need for, guns or weapons because we all, live in one unified, accepting world. We're all sensitive, we're all, perfectly capable of living in the same world with different cultures and religions and all that sort of stuff. And we all get along. But we can't if some people are taking advantage. You just can't because it breeds, resentment and hatred. Yeah? It's not a fucking hard concept to grasp. If I can grasp it, why can't politicians? Why can't people in society? Yeah, we need to start getting along. Seriously, as a species, we need to start getting along. It's seriously worrying how fucked up as a species we are. Yeah, I watched a video on YouTube a couple months ago of I don't know where it was, of a little child, and I may cry actually because this is the saddest thing I've ever watched. It was of a video. The first video part showed a dog dragging another dog that had been hit by a car off of the road. Yeah, because the dog knew its partner had been hurt and was getting it to safety. Yeah, and tended to its injured partner until the veterinary service arrived and took them both into care. Another one was of a small toddler, a homeless one, getting hit by a car. No one, not one person went to that child's aid. Not one person. In fact, another car ran over it. Another car, driving slow enough to see that little defenseless, poor human being lying in the road, ran over it. Again. Yeah, and that poor child bled to death on the side of the road. How fucked up is that? Seriously, if you are not appalled by that, if you do not see how fucked up it is that a dog, a creature that acts out of instinct, knows it's right to save one of its own species, yet a race of sentient organisms that consider themselves at the top of the food chain and the pinnacle of evolution, if we can't even be bothered to get out of a moving vehicle to go and save a child's life, there is no fucking hope for us. There is none. Fuck it. Give me the button. I'll press the fucking red button. Seriously, I watched that and I cried. I have not cried in a long time. I cried. I wept. Seriously, I'm not ashamed to. As a man, I will not be ashamed, and you cannot tell me I am ashamed to cry, because that was disgusting. If we as a race of people cannot be responsible enough to pick up a dying child on the side of the road and weep and cradle that innocent human being as its life fades from the world, just so it knows it looks into another human being's eyes as it drifts away, just so it knows there is some compassion and decency in the world. My voice just broke there because I'm going. But just so people, just so that child could have known that someone cared in the world. If no one can do that, then fuck us. Fuck, I don't even want to be a human being. I would rather be a dog. I'm not joking. It is horrific and it appalled me. That's my overall message, yeah? Look at what I've just said, yeah? Try and find that video. If you can't, then boo-hoo to the person who took it down, because that is an important video we should all watch. Watch it. Try and find it. It starts with a dog dragging another dog off the road. It ends with you watching a child die by the side of the road because no one can be bothered to watch it. It's hard watching, I ain't going to lie, but you need to see it, because you need to see how cold and callous human beings can be. It is fucking horrific, and that is why I started with this video with the customer is not always right, because if there are certain set of people who think it's okay to treat other people with no respect but still think the rules apply to them, like the other people, if you still think it's okay to walk into a shop, treat a shop assistant like crap, but still think that people should pay you respect, you are wrong. Respect goes to everyone, white, black, Asian, just everyone, all right? I'm so furious at the fact that no one even helped that child that I can't even think now. Everyone, no matter what your race, no matter what your religion, no matter what your gender, your sexuality, your orientation, anything. Don't care if you're left-handed or right-handed. I don't care if you've got 3 toes or a 50. You are all equal. You all need to pay respect to one another. I'm sick and tired of walking down the street and hearing hatred and bile and racism coming out of people's mouths. Just stop it. We all shit. We all bleed. We all spit. We all eat. We all drink. Yeah? We all get sick. We all get old. We all die. We're all born. Yeah? We all come from the same opening. We all go into the same place. Yeah? So, into the ground. So, apart from Gene Roddenberry who got put in space. But that's kind of awesome. Yeah? But that's it. Yeah? That's simply how it is. Yeah? Start treating people with respect. Full stop. That was kind of deep. I know, I'm awesome. Anyway, yeah. That was the guy who says stuff. That one's got a bit more deeper than I wanted it to. But no, I'm kind of glad it did. It's important that this channel sort of has that. I don't want you guys just to think that I'm a guy who can't be serious. I can be serious. I can. Occasionally. Sometimes... I'm not, like, I'll pull faces at people when they drive past on the bus because I know they can't do nothing about it. Though I have done that and the bus has stopped right next to me because I realised that the sign was behind me. Shit got real then. You can't go like that at a bus and not have people get off and be pissed at you. Unless they join in which case it's just 2 people standing in the street going like that at each other. I don't know. I call that my Popeye face. I don't know why. Popeye has a big chin. So anyway, on that rather bizarre tangent, I'm going to go drink some milk. Perhaps y'all should do the same. But don't drink it from the tap, because it's really hard to get a cow to let you do that. I should know. I've made someone do it. I haven't tried it. That'd be disgusting. So anyway, guys, from me, the WildWestGamer, here on The Guy Who Says Stuff, thank you for watching episode numero 4. Yeah, that's right. That's another language. Ooh. So see you later, guys. Take it easy. And remember that... let me think of something wise to say. Here's one for you. Here's my piece of advice before I go. If you're at a funeral, don't start singing the words to When I Think About You, I Touch Myself, because, trust me, people do not appreciate that song at a funeral. Yeah? Okay? So bear that in mind. When I think about you, I touch myself. I've just buried my husband. See? Doesn't work. So I will see you guys later on. You know, I may watch you while you sleep. Bye bye.